Welcome to Everyday Fitness, where I help you get in shape to enjoy your life and your hobbies to the fullest. That means I want you to be able to plan your vacation without having to say, hey, let's not go to the beach because I don't look the way I think I should. Or, hey, let's go hiking this weekend. Nah, I probably can't. Let's plan something a little bit different. I'm too out of shape to hike that trail. I don't want you to be held back by your body's restrictions. I want you to be able to do what you want to do. This week, I'm going to show you some more exercises that you can do from home without having to leave to go to the gym. I'm going to discuss goal setting, what to do when you miss those goals. I just missed a recent goal that I set for myself. And of course, we'll continue your 200-day workout. Week 11. It's hard to believe we've been 11 weeks into this process. This week we're going to tweak the workouts a little bit different. We'll still keep our cardio blocks mostly the same. I'm not going to introduce any one specific exercise. Like last week, I'm going to show you a whole bunch of workouts you can do from home. Basically, this entire workout plan anyway is a quarantine-proof workout. You don't have to leave, go to the gym. All these can be done at home. Like the previous weeks, I'm going to scroll the exercise plan across the screen here in just a moment. So get your phone ready to screenshot these plans. I lay them out Monday through Sunday. But like always, before we continue, I encourage you and remind you, always consult with your healthcare provider first before you start any diet, nutrition, or exercise programs. All right, get your phones ready. Screenshot this. Scroll across Monday through Sunday. Again, these are simple, easy to follow steps, nothing that you need a gym to do. The previous week's videos shows you visual demonstrations of how to do or complete all of these exercises. So if you're looking at this and you say, I don't know what a twisted boxer push-up or leg raise or whatever else we have in this program, I don't know how to do those. All those videos are back week 1, 2, show you the basic exercises, and then every week thereafter shows you how to do the exercises that I've added into those weeks. Let's talk about goal setting. If you set goals for yourself, back in, I think it was week 1 video, I talked about setting goals. If you wrote those goals out and you haven't met those goals, you should know what you've done wrong. We all kind of know. When we leave a little bit in the gym, when we leave, we know that we didn't quite push it hard enough on that last rep. I could have gone a few more miles or a few more minutes or a few more reps on that last. We know when we leave a little bit in the gym. And it should bug you. But it should also encourage you. Okay, next time I know that I can do it right. Fortunately, we have a good memory of our failures. As an example, you ask, we kayak a bunch. If you know me personally or watching in my videos, we kayak a bunch. If you run a line and you ask them, hey man, how'd you do? Oh dude, that thing almost ate me. I was so sideways in this one wave, I couldn't get out. Man, I hit my head against this rock. That's why we wear helmets. We know what we've done wrong. So we can keep those things in our mind and use those as stepping stones of what we can do to meet our next goal. I started back in September, the first day we started, I weighed 154.6. In 2 weeks, I weighed under 153, wherever that's at. That's not the goal. I was wanting to gain weight. I was losing about a pound a week, not trying to. So when I made the change, I thought, okay, let me set a goal for myself. I wanted to be 165 on Thanksgiving. I weigh in the morning, I weighed 162.6. I missed my goal. Not discouraged. If anything, I'm encouraged. Here's why. When I set a goal, I like to know the steps that I need to take in order to get there. There's something happens psychologically when you write something down on paper. I didn't meet that goal, but I can look back and see what I've done and what I need to do now differently to try to meet my next goal. So like you saw my little paper calendar, I keep track of my progress, my weight, the days I work out, what I do. If I do a particular heavy bench press one day, I'll write that down. If I'm able to, I built a new pegboard for climbing. I put that on here the first day I worked out with that. So I have, one more month of eating heavy and lifting heavy. So I'm gonna set my goal a little bit higher. I'm gonna try to do 167 before the start of the new year. So So hopefully that encourages you. If you've missed your goals like I have, don't be discouraged. Use that failure as a building block to move forward. Let's talk about the exercises. So this whole entire program is basically a quarantine-proof exercise anyway. There's no equipment required in any of these exercises except for that pull-up bar. I always put that link below here in the description. If you can go to Amazon, hop on there and get that pull-up bar that I use. Last week's video was about resistance bands. I showed you how to use resistance bands without really using any anchor, not having to tie it to anything. This week I'm going to work out and show you some of those exercises you can do if you have a place that you can anchor the band to. So we'll slide the camera back and I'll start doing some things. Some basics first. I was hesitant about rehashing push-ups and crunches, but perhaps the quarantine is a good time to go back to the basics. So let me show you some of those first, and I'll show you how we can combine those to make a pretty productive workout. I've said before that I like to go all the way to the ground during my push-ups. This ensures that I have a solid straight line. But push-ups, obviously, are a fantastic workout. Now, go back to week 2 to watch what to do if you can't quite do a push-up. Sit-up. No worries on sit-ups. Sit-ups, you should know how to do those. All right? If you anchor your feet underneath your couch, have someone sit on your feet. It's a different exercise, honestly, if you're anchored versus not anchored. There's advantages to both. But what if we do them together, same time? It's a heck of a cardio workout, heck of a core workout. You'll notice that you probably, let's say you could do 60 push-ups. If you combine them with sit-ups, you probably could do like 30, maybe 40. You're using your energy stores way faster. Okay, what do I mean? How about that? Great workout. Especially if you can't leave to run around the block or run or do your cardio wherever you go. If you can't leave the house, that's a really good way to get your heart rate up. Start your momentum. Once you're stretched out, of course. Do those. Hop up, do a set of jumping jacks. Hop back down, do another set of those. Hop up, do some jumping jacks. What if we added that with a free squat? I call these super ups because it's a push-up, sit-up, and sort of like a jump up type thing. So that's what this looks like here. I'm gonna go down like a push-up, right? Bring my feet through or in, down to a sit-up. On my way up, I'll try to go to here and then do one of the free squats. You can't see my head, but that's how it looks. Now, what if you can't do the full sit-up to bring your feet in? So you can go to your feet after the push-up if you want to, or go to your feet after the sit-up. If you want to go to your feet after the sit-up and you can't bring your feet through like I do, just get up however you have to get up, right? But if you get up on the left side the first time, get up on the right side the next time. If you've been following this page for any length of time, you know I'm a huge fan of the resistance bands. Of course, I'll put a link in the show note below for these specific bands here. Last week I showed you what to do without anchors and how to work out without one of these. The benefits of having an anchor to the side like this, you can do great core exercises. So this is a oblique and abdominal exercise as well. I like to use my shoulder as a fulcrum, pendulum, whatever, forget the geometry, but as something to move the weight against. Now I can turn this into more of a crunch exercise. Now, it's important to make sure that your hips don't go out. If your hips go out, you're reducing the exercise. So try to keep your hips static. But that'll really work your obliques. Another way to work this is by doing sort of a tricep exercise or shoulder exercise. The interesting thing about working your your arms or triceps, pretty much any muscle group, is they can be worked in so many different angles and you can get a different burn or different effect by just simply changing the angle. Now, we can do the same exercise, similar, if I mounted it here and I was doing this, but it doesn't quite work the shoulders the same. This way, it's a little more of a shoulder and a tricep exercise. If you're trying to work multiple muscle groups, I think it's really good to find exercises that work multiple muscle groups, like the super ups I showed you. That's pretty much a full body workout. I like full range of motion, right? I want to be strong from this point all the way back. I don't want to be just strong, you know, with only my peak or the beginning. I want to be strong through the entire exercise. If you're doing any of these where you're pulling them to your face, I definitely encourage you, make sure you have something solid to wrap it against. Nothing you can slip off and smack you in the face. Keep this in the same position, bring it down a little bit. We can do a great tricep extension or row exercise. Really, the angle of your hand really determines whether it's a back exercise or a tricep exercise. It's amazing just by changing, my palms are in, like I'm going to make a clap and I bring them down. That's a tricep exercise, mostly. I bring my palms up like this and I bring it and I pinch my back together. I'm really not getting any tricep at all. It's really just back exercise. So what we're doing here, I use 2 grip, both hands. As I come down through the extension of the exercise, I go ahead and tweak my hands this way. That helps finish the tricep burn. But I also want to rotate my body as well, my upper body. What that's doing is working my obliques, which everyone says, I want to lose my love handles. Well, here's a great exercise to help do that. And I'm going to do a little tiny crunch at the end. I love to split wood. We have a fireplace here. And as splitting wood, I realized as I'm swinging a splitting axe or a maul, I like a splitting axe better. If I'm coming down to finish, right as I hit the wood, if I just tweak my abs just a bit, just curl just a little bit at the end, it makes such a huge difference. That wood just explodes. It's so much better. So in this exercise, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to come through and I'm going to tweak my abs just a bit. Just curl it just a little bit. Just to tighten your core down. Another great total body workout that works really well by anchoring it up high. We're going to do some resistance crunches. Now, it's important to not just drop down or stick your booty out doing these exercises. If you stick your booty out, that's taking the workout out of the workout. You want to bend at the waist. So for this one, grab here, 2 grip, I like to put it behind my neck, not in front because I feel like I don't want to get strangled. So here, and crunch, keeping your waist static. Left, right, left, right, left. There's different ways of working that. Hey guys, so I hope those help. I want to remind you, I'm on Facebook, I'm on YouTube, Instagram, of course, YouTube. I suggest you go to YouTube and watch these. I put links at the end of the videos to the previous week's exercises, previous week's videos. For some reason on Facebook, it hasn't been showing up, so I'd hop over to YouTube and watch these. Subscribe. Subscription is free. It's the best way to make sure that you don't miss any videos. There should be a link on this side to subscribe, a link over here showing the previous week's videos. You guys are awesome. Keep it up. Set your goals. We can reach those goals.